Hey everybody, here we are. It is week 10 of English 1, and I have never taught an online class before, so this is going to be fun. I really hope you all are doing okay, and yeah, let's do this. So, we're doing Portfolio 3 now, literature review, so if you haven't yet read the assignment sheet, please just pause this and read through the assignment sheet. Okay, so literature reviews we've talked about a lot. You pretty much should know at this point what we're doing. I want you to think about all the research that you've done so far, and you're sort of synthesizing it and summarizing it for an audience that we expect to be sort of a college level audience, but not necessarily familiar with your particular topic. So your job is to make it intelligible to the reader, and walk us through what the experts are saying about it. That should not involve your own opinion, should not involve you trying to persuade the audience of anything. You're just giving us facts. So, related to that, the assignment for today that we would be doing in class is about paraphrasing. So, paraphrasing, I assume, is something that you're all sort of familiar with. Summarizing and paraphrasing are different. Summary is where you take something, maybe like a paragraph, and make it smaller, like one sentence. Paraphrase should be about the same length as the original. So paraphrase, the important thing is that it is different from the original in terms of its wording, but it has the same meaning. We're going to talk more about plagiarism in the coming weeks and how to not plagiarize. And one of the really important things is to paraphrase correctly. So that's why we're starting this unit, or this portfolio, with paraphrasing, just to get you off on the right track. So some of you may have gotten some misinformation in the past about paraphrasing. If you're someone who thinks that swapping in synonyms is a good way to paraphrase, that is wrong. That is still plagiarism. So, as an example, what do I have? The shoppers bought all the toilet paper. If you make it into the customers purchased all the bathroom tissue, you have not paraphrased correctly. It may sound weird, but sentence structure is actually considered to be the intellectual property of the writer. So if you haven't mixed up the sentence structure at all, and you've left that in the same structure with just different synonyms, then you are still plagiarizing. Another thing you cannot do is you cannot just flip the sentence. So if you have, for example, while washing my hands, I sang happy birthday twice, you can't just go, I sang happy birthday twice while washing my hands. You've just taken two things and flipped them, two parts of the sentence and flip them, and it's really obvious, and it is still plagiarism. So it's really important that you look at the sheet that says the craft of paraphrasing and go through and see what it is that's required for a proper paraphrase. I really do recommend the step where they tell you to put aside the original and try to write it from your own mind once you've processed it, rather than continuing to look at the paper. Because if you look at the paper, you're going to end up lifting things from there, even if you don't mean to. So just put it aside and do it from your head, and then go back and kind of fix it. So that's the main thing that I would like you to do for today. The homework that is due for Friday, there's some reading. You're going to read Emotional Eating, which is a literature review written by a UVM student. And what's helpful about that one is that she actually annotates what she's doing in each paragraph. So at the bottom of the page, it's like this paragraph, the purpose of this paragraph is to do this. And so you can see what she's doing, which will help you as you kind of get started thinking about your own literature reviews. There's also the literature reviews pamphlet from the UNC Writing Center. You've read part of this before, but I want you to read the entire thing now so you can really get a sense of what it is that we're going for. And then finally, part of your homework is to write a outline of your literature review. So I really encourage you to look at the sample outlines that are in the research materials folder on Blackboard, and make sure that you kind of review those and see what it is other students have done. If you haven't yet read one of the student literature reviews, I really recommend that you read those, particularly given our current situation. I think it'll be really good for you all to read at least one of those and see what it is that I'm looking for from you. And then your homework, there's two things. First, you need to sign up for your virtual consultation, which will be next week, Thursday or Friday. Will be via either Skype or FaceTime. So for now, you just need to pick a time. So that link is on the schedule. And the other thing you need to do is submit your detailed outline of your literature review by Friday. A couple of things to know about that. Firstly, you don't need an introduction or a conclusion. You can just write introduction and conclusion in those spots. You should also think about how you could use your storyboard strategically, like take each one of those themes and think of it as a paragraph, and then fit in where do each of the sources say something. And then try and fill in as much as you can. We're going to flesh it out into a full first draft next week. But for now, we need an outline for Friday. And the final thing that I need is if you have any questions about how this class is going to work going forward, please email me those as soon as possible. I'm compiling a FAQ that I'm going to send out on Thursday. So I need all of your questions by then. Okay, so that is what I have for you now. I will be having office hours this afternoon, which is Wednesday. So if you would like to have an appointment with me, go to youcanbook.me. It's on Blackboard. You should do that one. And it's the usual way to get a hold of me to schedule an appointment, and I will get in touch with you via FaceTime or Skype. It asks you to provide your details. So if you're interested in doing office hours this afternoon, make sure you have signed up in advance using the link, which I'm just going to put in this. I'll put it here. You'll see it. Okay. That is all that I have for you. I hope you all are well, and I will see you all in some form next week and make you another video later this week. All right. Bye, everyone.